Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. Whoa, crash right up ahead right away as we're starting the race. Looks like we're starting this race in P8 today. We barely slipped by that crash immediately. Took a couple cars out right off the bat. Strength of the field today is a 3290. We're coming into this race with a 2099 rating. This is a 35-minute race. We need to stop at least once for fuel. It is an A license requirement for entry, multi-class racing. There's GTPs, hypercars, and LMP2s, also known as prototypes, that we're in right now, and the GT3s, also known as GTDs. It is a fixed series, so we won't be making any changes to our car's setup. If it rains, though, we would be able to put wet tires on. Bunching up in front of us now, closing the gap. Another car wiping out, coming out of the final corners. Losing control of the back end as they're trying to put the power down, looks like. I think we're up to 6th in the class. Car behind flashing their lights, looking to make an inside move. We're going to make an inside move here. Not quite gonna get there. On our tail. They're gonna make it. They have a slight run. They're on the inside now. Get back outside. Oh, they're gonna hit this on the inside coming in there. That spun us. I guess we thought we were clear of that car. We were coming inside deep on that corner. Didn't give them a whole lot of room, and they hit the back end and spun us there. They most likely lost a little bit of time themselves from that. Maybe took a little bit of damage. I don't know if we have also. No real visible major damage or anything like that right now. We're back to 11th in our class. Closing in on the tail end of the group here. Looking like this is just a recovery drive now. Falling back just to the end of the field, actually. We're still in front of the GT3s at least. We don't have to go through that field yet. Been a pretty wild race so far. A lot of crashes and accidents in front and behind. And we were caught in some of it ourselves now. Looking to try and recover from that. I think we're last in our class right now. Hopefully we can improve that before the end of the race here. Not too far behind the cars in front. They are battling side by side. Hopefully it gives us an opportunity in just a little bit. Got some slow cars up ahead here. I'll go by them. As well as another car back up to 9th in our class now, it looks like. Closing in on 8th here. We did start this race in PA. It's been a pretty wild race so far. I think the car in front of me is the one that wiped me out, but I'm not completely certain. Car sort of looks familiar, but I don't recall who it was that hit me inside there. There we are, up to 8th in our class right now. Behind is still hanging in there, but I don't think they'll be able to do that for too much longer. Hopefully we're closing in on 7th, just ahead. GT3 car just ahead. Looks like they're moving extra slow, but they really aren't. It's just a slower class. Probably somebody, because this is the back end of the field, somebody who is very inexperienced in the car. Gonna hold all of us up here, almost hitting the LMP2 car behind us. They're gonna sneak into the inside there because the GT3 slowed us up. We're gonna watch out and not take the damage from that car. Let them by for now. We're gonna actually pull into the pits here. Taking an early pit stop, just running into the back of the traffic. We may have a tiny bit of damage on our car. We don't like being in our current LMP2 traffic. They're in the way right now. I know we can get better lap times. It's a very long and slow pit lane here. Looks like hypercars are starting to go by. GT3 cars are catching back up, maybe. There is a big group of hypercars here. Some more LMP2s up front, possibly. Maybe that was just somebody who made a mistake and just getting by us. We're going to come out pretty clear right now. We didn't take tires, just fuel. That'll be our pit stop. We should be good to the end. Well, we've fallen back to 11th in our class, but we've made our pit stop now. We didn't come in 11th necessarily, but we're going to have to gain some more ground here. Pretty clear track in front right now. We do have an LMP2 car not too far ahead. I do not think they've made their stop yet. Pretty sure we're the only one who's made the early stop. We'll see. Starting to catch a GT3 car, Porsche GT3 just ahead. I think we'll get by them in turn one. Closing in on some more GT3s now. We're starting to close the gap to the LMP2 car in front of us. GT3 ahead was off in the grass briefly. They're going to go off in the grass completely there. Come to a complete stop and tow. Wow, that is detrimental for them. Starting to close in on some GT3 cars just ahead. Since we've made our pit stop early, ooh, got a little squirrely there. Since we made our pit stop a little bit early, the GT3s are hopefully a little bit spread out for us. Be a little easier to get by each of them one by one. Safe through there, just staying behind the GT3 car, waiting for the backstretch to pass. I was getting a little squirrely here and there. Looks like there is some GTPs behind that are slowly starting to catch us. for a run. Right up ahead. Getting really close to the wall on exit there. We were forced to the outside. Carrying a lot of speed up there. We're starting to get away from the leader actually behind us. They're starting to catch the traffic as well. Big group of GT3s ahead here. We're trying to get by. Time here. All these Porsches. Lots of funky skiing here. Back up to 10 in class. Somebody else must have made a pit stop. A lot of GT3 traffic just ahead. Sixth place in the GT3 class, not giving us a whole lot of room to race there. We're still going to pull away from them. You can see an LMP2 car in front of us still. Out 5th place in the GT3 class, also not giving us a whole lot of room to race. They just ran right into the back of us. Look at that. Redemption attack there. We're missing our back end and rear right wheel. Seeing if we can make it back. Trying to stay out of the way. Well, they pulled right in front of us and then slowed down. We're locking it up there. We're going to spin it and we're going to tow finally. Wow, a whole lot of incident points for that. We're going to skip all of this repairs. Still a whole lot of damage to get repaired. Oh, there we go. 11th in the class, we should be fully repaired now. Probably near the end of the race now. What a bunch of crap. We made a small mistake and hit them in the back end, which sent them into the grass and gave them some damage. It wasn't that bad, really. And they came back with a complete vengeance in turn 1 and just slammed right into me. That is completely reportable. And I definitely did, I think, on this one. And there's a clear retaliation, and that's against the code of conduct. And there's nothing else that we could do about this right now besides try and get our car fixed, finish the race. That looks like that's the end of the race already. Alrighty, folks, we started this one in P8. We finished in P11. Our rating went from a 2099. We lost 61 points. We're down to a 2038. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.